And good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Charles Benson, live from Milwaukee City Hall, where the Common Council passed the 2% sales tax hike today, saving the city from going broke.
Today's historic vote could go down as one of the biggest decisions in the history of Milwaukee's Common Council as they passed that proposal 12-3. And Charles, alders worked up until the last minute, saying this wasn't a decision that was made lightly.
Definitely, Shannon. This was not an easy vote, and no one inside City Hall is taking a victory lap after this vote. 10 votes were needed to pass, and 12 alders eventually said yes. Take a look. You can see the 12 that said yes there, but the 3 no's included 2nd District Alderman Mark Chambers, 6th District Alderwoman Mullally Coggs, and 1st District Alderwoman Andrea Pratt. Now, all 3 expressed concerns about the additional costs on residents in their district. Now, I did have a chance after the vote. I asked Mayor Cavalier Johnson about those concerns. Johnson knew from the moment he took this job less than 2 years ago, the city was facing a fiscal cliff that had no painless options to fix it. A passionate plea from the 3 no votes about the concerns of people on fixed income, people in poverty. Is there a way to address that? And even with Alderman Bauman, who was a yes vote, talked about an air of racism around some of the restrictions. How will you approach those issues going forward with this historic vote?
Look, I understand, I really do, that this sales tax would be $2 on every $100 that's spent, 2 cents on every dollar. In a way that, while that may not seem like a lot to many people, it is a lot to some. And I see that, I value that, I understand that. I lived in the same sort of neighborhoods that some of the alders who spoke passionately against this spoke about. But I also understand, too, that those same constituents, those same community members who live in those neighborhoods, they depend on our city services the most.
How will you mark this moment that you have worked for your entire time in the mayor's office?
Well, you know, the way that I mark the moment, I think, is I don't want to say celebration as the word, because no elected official wants to institute a tax, and I didn't like that. I didn't like, you know, having that to be our only option. But we have to deal with political reality. I've said that from the beginning. You have to be a political realist. And the reality is the only way they were able to raise large sums of revenue is with permission that's granted to local governments, including the city of Milwaukee, from the state of Wisconsin.
Well, just about everyone TMJ4 spoke to told us that they knew how this was going to go down when the legislature took away the option for voters to decide through a referendum. They worried many people, though, of having what they would say happen to families who are already low income and have to take on this tax on top of their daily needs. Once this sales tax goes into effect January 1st, Jay Lowry fears this will turn into a regressive tax.
It's a completely regressive tax that's going to hurt the poorest people in our communities, and those that have the means to pay the additional tax will be able to do so without really noticing it.
Well, the proposal is now headed to Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson's desk, where he will have until next Thursday, July 20th, to sign it.
And for some people in Milwaukee, a 2% sales tax jump may not seem like much, but as we've been hearing from others, it is another increase impacting the way they earn a living. Bruce Harrison reports on where the taxes will hit and a small business already bracing for the change.
Jeaninne Bauer's been an independent dog groomer for 16 years.
They do get kisses, yes.
Bauer says she barely kept prices steady during the pandemic and amid recent inflation. But now, with the city sales tax, she says her prices will go up.
I try to maintain at a certain level so that the people that are on fixed incomes, the elderly, which I have a lot of them coming in, don't have to scrape by to say, well, should I eat a little bit extra this month or should I take the dog to the groomer?
Bauer says as a business, she'll pay higher taxes on electricity, grooming products, and tool maintenance.
There might be people that will say, you know what, I can go to Brookfield They're not changing their sales tax.
Other taxable services that will be impacted by the 2% increase include rooms or lodging for less than a month, admissions to amusement, athletic, and entertainment events, and laundry or dry cleaning services.
I either increase the prices or I take a hit on my income. And this is my income.
The tax won't hit everything. Among goods, groceries, gasoline, and prescription medication exempt. But items like clothing, computers, and office equipment are not. This may squeeze some people already tightening belts after We Energies raised rates this year by 11%. Rent prices have been up from the start of the pandemic on average by 13%. And as interest rates have been on the rise. The frustration was evident at Monday night's public hearing on the tax.
What happens in a society when you squeeze people past their point of subsistence, when they can no longer afford the actual goods that they need to stay alive? Because this 2% sales tax isn't happening in a vacuum.
16 years ago, I started a small business.
For Bauer, who also spoke at the meeting, concerns of the tax hike go beyond her bottom line. It's also the fear, she says, of losing long-time loyal customers.
They very well may go somewhere else.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Bruce Harrison, TMJ4 News.
Well, Milwaukee County
Bruce,
supervisors.
thanks. Milwaukee County supervisors have yet to vote on a potential sales tax increase. The board is weighing adding a 0.4% sales tax increase.
Now, a report from the county executive's office states that not adopting the change would lead to about a 40% cut across all departments, including parks and transit. The president of Visit Milwaukee testified in front of for the increase, stating that losing core county services would hurt tourism dollars that support the community.
And allowing this to happen would mean that the livelihood of 26,000 Milwaukee County residents who are employed by the tourism and hospitality business would be threatened. That would affect residents from all walks of life.
There is not a set timeline on when the Board of Supervisors could vote on the sales tax, though the earliest could be July 27th.
So here's a recap by the numbers. Currently, everyone in the state pays a 5% sales tax. Everyone in Milwaukee County pays an additional 0.5% county sales tax. Now, with the 2% approved in the city today and the potential of another 0.04% in the county, the new sales tax could end up being a total of 7.9% in the city of Milwaukee. We have expanded coverage on today's sales tax vote. You can check it all out on TMJ4.com and on our streaming platforms.